Erica, Wesley, hey guys.
Oh, hey, how's
it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. What are you guys doing here?
Well, just watching some button poetry on Facebook.
Oh, nice. How is it?
It's pretty good. I'm not used to poetry, but
Okay.
I am enjoying this.
You're enjoying it? Yeah. Oh, I'm a poet. You know that.
Sit down.
I just came to write some poems. Can I sit with you guys?
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. Awesome.
Let's hear one of your poems.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Here's one that I've been working on.
Okay.
It's got a long title, so it's called "If the Ingredients are Fragments of Life, if the jar plays as the holder of memories, making the spoon the retriever, the mouth the receiver, then the tasting is also remembering."
Wow. I don't know if I can remember that title, but
Wait, that was just the title?
That was just the
title.
The title is like the door to the poem. So like you have to make sure that the reader can see the opening and be able to like, okay, let me settle within this title and dive into the poem. If that makes sense.
No, it does.
Okay. So here's a poem. I peeled and minced ginger root in the beginning. Through summers I spent spitting sunflower seeds in the outfield, in the dugout, when I was good at baseball, before Mom died. Then I split halves of a lemon and juiced it while riding my electric scooter round and round till the battery got low, in the church parking lot across the street from our always childless backyard, when Dad was on his second girlfriend after Mom died. Lastly, I poured 3/4 spoons worth of honey by not going to my mother's grave on her death date for the first time because I refused to ride with my dad, when Dad's third girlfriend became his second wife after I moved out. In the jar, each section of memories meet and know each other, and the task of tasting takes hours, tartly, florally reliving. You dig it?
I feel like there's a lot to this poem that, like, you're not going to get off of just one read.
Oh, no, yeah, that's true. That's very true. Because, like, at the surface of the poem, like, the first read, you get that there's two tasks going on. The task of remembering, like, going back and reliving, like, things that you've been through in your life. But then there's also the task of making this jar of lemon, ginger, and honey. Yeah. But then when you read it again, when you take it the second time, you also realize that within the remembering, he's taking you through the deterioration of a father-son relationship and the effects of a mother being absent from that. So it starts with before Mom died, the good times. Then in the second stanza, you get to, okay, life's a little bit harder. This is after Mom died. The narrator moves out, and the task of remembering also becomes a task of trying to get back to that. So that's what that poem has come to, and it took a while for me, the writer, to figure that out. I was gonna say there are more poems. Like every poem does that, and if you guys don't mind, I could show you some more. Right now, actually, I'm reading this book called The Book of Light by Lucille Clifton. So you guys want to read a Lucille Clifton poem with me?
Sure.
All righty, awesome.
So I am reading It Was a Dream, in which my greater self rose up before me, accusing me of my life with her extra finger, whirling in a gyre of rage, and what my days had come to. What I pleaded with her could I do, or what could I have done? And she twisted her wild hair and sparked her wild eyes and screamed as long as I could hear her. This. You know, I feel like with poetry, and I don't know, take a look at that.
Let's take a look.
I know, because I feel with poetry you have to, like, read it, like, multiple times. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I feel like the experience and, like, what you're understanding is, like, a new experience, like, every time. Right?
Yeah, sometimes, like, when you even go through it the first time, you're just like, what did I just read? So you have to read it again so you can dissect it.
Yes. You have to find out, also you have to find out what can you grab from that first read that can take you into the next one. So like you're collecting little pieces every time. From the title, you know this poem is about a dream.
Yeah.
And so what I want to do is look at the first stanza and I see greater self. So it was a dream in which my greater self rose up before me. I believe that it's actually still a dream, but this dream is first, from the first read, you think of it as a nightmare. Because it's kind of scary that you have like this person like screaming at you in this huge wind of rage. But if you look at the greater self, this is someone who's seeing themselves like what they should be or what they could be. So it's kind of like an image of like, wow, like this is where I should be at my life. And you get to, this greater self is accusing them of every step that they've made wrong, every misstep, every mistake. And it's kind of like a poem of regret. And then you get to the bottom of it where the greater self begins to point out all the things you could have done and all the things you should have done. And so that's where the regret becomes greater. And for me, since I'm someone who thinks positive, I would think that if I would have had this happen to me, this kind of dream, it would have allowed me to see, well, I didn't realize that I had the power to stop these things from happening and correct my mistakes back then, but moving forward, I can. So with the title being, It Was a Dream, you can now, instead of having all these words for the poem, you can say, it was a dream that woke me up. Because that's essentially what this poem is saying, that she had to come back to reality.
When we first read that.
See, that is why the experience is different each time.
Yeah, the different each time, and it's different for every person. If someone could have thought, someone with a more like a negative way of thinking could have been like, well, it was a dream that kept me asleep. Because now I don't want to, I've realized I've done so much to ruin my life, and I don't want to go on, like I should just continue on the same path I'm going to because I'm already not my greater self. But you could see this as, this is what I could be still.
I definitely can see like the point of view change. You know, it's the experience with like each person that is like reading poem and then how many times you're reading it. And I think like for me, it's like the type of poetry, I don't necessarily like read a lot of poetry, but you know, I think the type of poetry I like, and I want to like hear your thoughts about it, button poetry. And it's like spoken word. So I'm a very visual person, and so I like to kind of hear those words expressed through
the facial expressions in the person's
exactly.
actions.
It's still poetry. Yeah. It's just spoken.
Because I was going to say, this is very visual as well. This is like a full-on image.
It's a lot of younger people doing it too, and they have like these events where they just go up on stage and
I've been to
and it's like they do poetry. They do poetry, and it's talking about their life, so like giving you like their life story through poetry.
You know,
I enjoy it.
I like that you said that, Wes, because when we were reading your poem earlier about their own life story, I noticed kind of in your own poetry, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but if that was about you.
Yeah, you're correct, yeah.
No, I swear, like, not because like he's my cousin, I already knew that, it was literally like a guess. And so, no, I'm glad, like, is that like most of your like poems that you write is like about your experience?
Most of my work is through my own eyes. I just take my own experiences and decide to like write about them because like, for me, my whole statement is like, I'm living this life and I think every day this life gives me a gift of something. And so it's like my job as an artist to take that gift and make it a gift for the rest of the world. So my poems come from a very personal place because I feel like somewhere out there's someone who's gone through something similar to me and they probably need this poem just as much as I do. As much as I need to write it, they need to read it.
Sometimes it's like you need poetry to heal, and you need poetry to get yourself, out there and all that. So.
Exactly. There's nothing like the written word.
There's nothing. That's why people need to read. People have to read poetry books, please. They're so amazing. Pick up one at your local bookstore.
No, I think that's really cool, and like I definitely want you got to let us know when you're going to be like doing some like performances. I
actually will be performing on September 12th at locations at Bourbon, and it's on Division, and it's going to start around 7 o'clock, and the event's called Art After Dark. And I'll just be showing some poems, getting a little experimental with it. Gonna try some new styles up. So you might get some spoken word from me. You might.
Yes.
We'll put the address and all that information in the description. Go check them out.
Yeah, I agree. Like,
It'll definitely
what's
be
your...
a good fun time.
Yes.
Oh, I'm all about a fun time. If it relates with artistic things, I'm all about it. But yeah, if you want to follow Armondo, what's your Instagram?
My Instagram right now is Mondo_Omondo. So like Mondo_OHMONDO. And that's me. That's how you can find me on Instagram.
Perfect.
So check me out. I'm always posting some new art there. You won't be disappointed.
You look at you in your words.
It was good having you with us today. It was really fun.
It was good sitting down with you
actually
guys.
talk about poetry because I really never do that.
Yeah. It was a good, different conversation to have. And so, but I know you were initially coming here to write.
Yeah.
So we'll leave you and your,
I'll
creative.
leave you guys.
No, it's okay, but definitely.
Maybe you can make a poem about this.
Right, this experience.
Maybe. We should
And
write one together.
And how, the good times
Next
you
time.
have with your
Next
cousin.
time.
Next time
Your
we'll-
cousin and her friends.
Yes.
No, but be on the lookout for more episodes, with Armondo in the future, because we definitely want to show some clips of him doing his thing. Just a reminder, we are here at Ipsento 606 in Wicker Park. I love the vibes, the ambiance, the mise en scène. So definitely come and check us out. We're so happy to have Nerd Brew here.
Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram at Nerd Brew channel. There's plenty of episodes coming soon, so.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, I definitely want to get
You should. Yes, you should.